Alright, well I've sort of got all of the camera stuff here split up into 5 real groups. We've got the GoPro, drone, Osmo Pocket 3, a full proper Sony camera, then my phone. Also got, this is sort of the tripod that I'll just use for really all of it other than the drone, of course. Alright, now let's break these down into one section at a time. First off here we have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I bought this secondhand off of Facebook Marketplace maybe 6 months ago, probably not even quite that long ago. And personally, I think it's awesome. I think it's really good for both setting it up on a tripod and having it set there. You can set it to do a time lapse where it'll move the camera over across while it's going. Pretty awesome. Then we've got this. I have recently bought and haven't used it all that much yet. However, this is a attachment that clips on there, and then the back of this, is magnetic, so it can stick to anything and go at any angle, which makes it very easy to set up different shots with this camera. Now, inside the case for the Osmo Pocket 3, I keep 2 ND filters, ND64 and an ND16. These are sort of the only 2 that I find that I really need for shooting outdoors. Both very useful in their own regard and help for getting some shots when you're outdoors and it's pretty bright, but you still want to keep the shutter speed down. In this ND pack, it also has a 256, which, to be honest, I haven't actually used yet. Now, this is the little tripod extension that clips on the bottom there, and you've got, bang, set up easily. This is also a second battery sort of thing, so it charges your camera up to give you some extra battery life. Then of course it comes with the DJI microphone. Now this is the creator combo, comes with all of this stuff except the ND filters, and this you have to buy separately. Although my ND filters came with the kit when I bought it on Marketplace. All in all, very happy with that purchase. I am still getting used to how to get the best quality image out of that. Second off here we have the GoPro Hero 9. I got this as a present from my parents actually, when my girlfriend and I were first traveling last year, and they thought that it would be perfect for us because, you know, going down to the beach and swimming and snorkeling and stuff like that. So having this to be able to record underwater, and this clamp is honestly amazing. Your GoPro slots in the top like that, and then you can clamp it. I mean, you can clamp it to a tripod. I've clamped it to the bottom of my car and got some pretty cool clips with that. Very rugged, you know, stays in position, very strong grip. It actually hurts a little bit. You get good quality video out of it, and very rugged. Next up here, we have the ZV-E10 Mark II. I bought this not that long ago. I made a video on it, so if you want to check out me first buying this, I'll link it up there in the eye. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, these are my dad's lenses, which he sort of lets me borrow because he doesn't really use them very much. We've got a Tamron 28-200. I think this is an f2.8. Yeah, so we've got a Tamron 28-200, f2.8 to 5.6. So all the way zoomed out at 28, you get f2.8, and then fully zoomed into 200, you get the lowest speed of f5.6. Now, this lens is honestly amazing. I literally used it this morning when I went on a walk to get some photos. The 28-200 is such a good range. Now, because the ZV-E10 is an APS-C camera, you also do have the extra 1.5 times crop, I believe it is. So technically the 200 is 300. I think that's how it works. So, you know, that's amazing. Then on here at the moment, we've got just the kit lens that comes with the ZV-E10. It's a bit of a slower lens, so it's at fully zoomed out, it's only f3.5, but then zoomed in it's 5.6. So now this is a 16-50, so you get a reasonably wide angle when it's fully zoomed out, and 50 mils is reasonably zoomed in. Like between this and this, you can sort of fit anything you really need. Now this is a fun little lens that I got. You've probably seen these before on social media or anything like that, but it's a 32mm lens that's the actual glass in it. I'm not sure if it's glass or plastic, in the middle there has actually come out of a disposable film camera. They reuse them, make it into this 3D printed mold, which allows you to get film-like photo and video straight from your camera, which is pretty awesome. Then as well, this is a lens which I don't use all that much, to be fair. It's what, it is a fixed 20mm lens. It's very fast, down to 1.8. So, I mean, I've used this for night photography before. It's really good for that because of the 1.8, able to get so much light into the lens, which is perfect for, like I said, night photography. Other than that, it's, you know, a little bit better quality than this. So if I'm doing sort of like a talking head with this, I'll probably err towards this. However, I do sort of want to get a 10mm to give me a really wide angle shot. Cannot complain. I absolutely love this camera. It is so small, lightweight, and the video and audio quality out of it is amazing. Next up, we've got my drone. Now, this was a hand-me-down from my dad. I used to have the Mavic Mini 3, which was a hand-me-down from my dad when he bought this drone. And then he's just recently upgraded his drone, so given me the 4 and sold the 3. Honestly, I need to use this thing more because it is amazing. The shots that you get out of it just allow you to get a very different perspective to anything that you're used to, which sort of just attracts your eye straight away. Yeah, I really need to use this thing more. Now, lastly, another thing that I use so much in video creation, it's my phone. I've got a iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now, the lenses on this, you've got your 0.5 zoom, which is like a 13mm. Then you've got your 1x zoom, which is like a 24mm. Your 2x zoom, which is a 48mm. Now, I believe that this is just a crop of the 1x. I could be completely wrong, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, and then this phone was the first one that actually also had the 5x zoom, which is 120mm. I genuinely use the 5x zoom a lot. I find that you get really good depth of field with that lens, and similarly, the photos come out just a little bit different to what you're used to out of a phone lens with your normal 1 or 0.5x zoom that most people use. Now, another hand-me-down from my dad is this tripod that I use, which is the Freewell, I don't know what it's called. I think it's something to do with travel or compact or something like that. I think it's called a travel tripod. Anyway, just twists and pulls out, super easy to set up, super strong, and I'll have my Sony camera on it with absolutely no worry in the world. This is very strong. Got the handle on the back to be able to adjust up and down, and then yeah, you've sort of got all the axes there set. Now, that is pretty much all of my camera gear that I use to make any of my videos. You might be thinking, if that's all your camera gear, how are you filming this? This whole video has been shot on my old phone. Everything from all of the shots at the start when I was at work and everything set up there. This is an iPhone 12, so honestly, if you are wanting to get into filmmaking, you don't need a drone, you don't need a GoPro, you don't need a new phone, you don't need a DJI, you don't need a proper Sony camera, just your phone will do. Whatever phone you've got in your hand right now will do the trick. So don't make any excuses. Don't make the, oh, when I save up for a camera, I'll start making videos. Just make videos now. Who cares if they look like this or whether they're crystal clear? The sooner you start, the better you'll get at videography. Then once you do get all of this stuff, you will be able to create some awesome videos. I also completely forgot. I was gonna mention to you that I edit all of my videos on this MacBook right here. It is a 15-inch MacBook Air 2023. So it's a tiny bit outdated now. It's a MacBook Air, it's not a MacBook Pro. You don't need the best of the best. This thing is freaking elite, baby. If you're still watching this right now, thank you so much. YouTube thinks you're gonna like this video over here. Also, chuck us a subscribe. It honestly means so much more than you could ever realize. Plus, we just hit 1,000 subscribers, so next goal is 14 million. Peace, love, and guidance to you all.